It was like, whoa, you was coming on strong, you was hot. I wasn't even asking for any of that. I was doing my little, okay, I'm celibate, I'm just working on me. But okay, you're coming with the words, with the energy, the zest. Okay, you trying to leap, I'm trying to leap. If you coming, okay, you not coming no more. What happened? I thought you was, there was a couple of flags that was looking a little bit not green, but I was just, multiplicity. Okay, benefit of the doubt. Fast forward, I realized I was in a situationship and I was getting love bombed. The melody at first was inspired by that, like, off the juice, got me. I forgot how the original goes, but off the juice, it's lemon, like, what is it? It's a lemon song as well. Your loving got me tripping. Off my feet, you knocked me off my... Hanging out with Mata Alpha, she heard in the beat, like the knock me off my feet part. And I would always kind of shy away from a lyric like that because I'm constantly thinking about how am I like not excluding anybody. Like some of us are just never on our feet to begin with, or just like not, some of us don't even got feet, or like whatever. Like, I don't know, we get knocked off feet for lots of these reasons. Crying over you, it's the last on the list of the things that I want to do. Mad attention when you mention that you're stressing or you bouncing, boo. No drums let the heart come through. I feel like I wanted to really capture preoccupied anxious attachment, and just like the way that, preoccupiedly anxious attached folks like are extremely good partners because they're gonna notice like any little thing, and it might not even be a thing, but they're like, you said the different kind of emoji. I don't know. The way you said bye was different from, I don't know. Like, yeah, so like, we're gonna, maybe people who have a tendency to lean that way because you're not ever just one thing, we show up different in different like partnerships and configurations. I don't want your company rep. We would talk about how you would have your representative, right? It's like, when you just start dating someone, when you really starting to get to know each other, you're really on your best behavior for the most part. Or like, yeah, you're not trying to like show them like your angry side or your turns of side or whatever, your problematic side, the parts of you that maybe you have a little bit of shame or you're working through. And so we would talk about like, oh, this is your representative right now. Like, okay, what's the real you? You can never get why I can't breathe when you leave me on red. But the pretty little man in the book say, be here now, ease your anxiety and overthinking thoughts and pushing force and flow. The saying, power of now, it was really hitting for me for so many like reasons, and just like helping me really, really reflect on in relationships, like how they have this tendency for there to be push and pull and people like trying to get just sense of like wholeness from other people when really that's something that's not coming externally. And so it really is always like a good place for me to return to when I'm struggling in like relationships that I'm in. And I think like, yeah, it's one of the books that I turned to that led me to write like that song You Go With Pineapples. And so yeah, thinking about that book, thinking about the man who wrote it. I think he's like kind of short. I think the line was originally like the little white man in the book, but I was like, okay, like we don't need to say that. Oh, well, let it just be, but how? I ain't never had nothing this good before. I don't know how to act. Oh, nah. Like, right, I'm getting love bombed. I'm like, words of affirmation ass. I'm like saying all the right things. Yes, I love how it makes me feel. And it was like, okay, I'm feeling type of way. Then you showing up, you pouring more love as I'm pulling away. Okay, you stepping it up. Every time you stepping it up, I'm here. Like, so I'm like, wow, like I don't think I like, we just come out, we're still in a pandemic. I'm just like, what? Somebody's trying to show up, they saying the things, they doing the things, and we working through conflict. It's feeling good. I don't know how to act. But of course I never had anything that good. It shouldn't be that fast, that hot and heavy. Oh, I'm not trying to say every situation is the same, but I just knew the timing wasn't realistic. But I'm a Pisces. I got so much Pisces in my chart. I'm just like, okay. I am not running from love. Go and get my notebook, plain book, passbook, outlook, yeah. Riding in my thoughts mobile, won't be still, in my feels, in my bag. Yeah, I'm sad. Took a drag of that L word, elevated young heart, also in your melanated. Love being a drug and being like addictive and like, us wanting more. And I think, yeah, so, but I just had like a little wordplay off, took a drag of that L, and like L is another term people may say for some kind of marijuana cigarette. I have a love for you know, the herb. And so it's like, yeah, I took a drag, but it's like a little, not necessarily what you might expect. I took a drag of that L, and it's L word, elevated, L being love, but I'm still getting elevated like I might be if I'm elevating on the beautiful spices of the herbs of life. It's a struggle to backpedal and not pedestalize your Black Panther revolutionary medicinizing. Off my feet, knock me off my feet. We'll figure it out. Flight or freeze or fantasy, just handle me, just gently. Speaking to what are our reactions? Yeah, I feel like as we were growing up, at least my generation, like we were taught like it's like flight or fight, right? We're just like either I'm ready to fight you or I'm out. But as I got a little older, I'm learning about there's all these other kinds of ways we might react. Like we might freeze, you know, I don't know what to do. I got nothing. I'm stuck. I don't know what to say. I can't go. I can't leave. I can't stay what. Or there's fawn, where we might have a tendency to just be like, how can I appease this person and just like, you know, avoid this conflict and make sure things are feeling good. And I think I often have a tendency to fawn. Like, you know, like there's like, people who I just really, I'm like, I don't mess with your values. It doesn't feel good, but I just ran into them in the street. I'm just like, oh my God, hi. That's what happened. Sometimes that's what happens. And so flight or freeze or fantasy is really like, I'm thinking about, all these different reactions. How am I showing up? How is my anxiety showing up in the face of this conflict? And like, or am I just like imagining a whole different possibility? Like, so it's like I'm kind of adding my own like F to the flight, freeze, fawn, like flight, fantasize. Like, all right, I'm just gonna like, not really check out from what's actually happening. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. And I'm gonna just imagine what we could be. Temperamentally questioning if he think or check for me, something sweating me. Well, preoccupied and anxiously attached. What the fuck we gonna do with that? Boy, prophecies of healing, love, and black ass unity and power, fake or facted. So I wanted to like make sure I put like, you know, something about preoccupied anxious attachment on the track. Like, I don't feel like I ever heard about that. I didn't even know it was called preoccupied anxious attachment. First, I just heard about anxious attachment and attachment styles. So yeah, I'm just like, let's talk about it more. Learning about it helped me just understand myself and find tools to help myself so much. Like, so let's talk about it. Let's normalize it. And thinking about that, like part of the reason why like I just was extra like enthusiastic about this is because I had gotten like a mediumship reading earlier this year, and like I got this message that I was going to meet someone from like out of town who was going to come into my life, and just, you know, I don't really remember exactly what I was told. I just remember like I was gonna learn something about love and they were gonna come to me and there was all these things. So I'm just like, of course this must be good, this must be the one, and all these things, la la la. So I was like so open, and I'm just like, all right. And like I met them on some like Black love, Black power, Black unity stuff. And so I'm just like, yes. And we're trying to do something different. We're trying to heal from all of this generational trauma that we've inherited, like, you know, not faults of our own. And like, what can we do? And so I'm just like thinking it's all these things. Like, pulling all nighter for your love. College. Yeah, that was so fun. I just also like started making this. I was like, I want to make songs that like, I want to have like aspects that are fun, that like, that are catchy, that people can lean into. And I remember just like studying all these things. I was watching like this YouTube video of like the 100 best like rap hooks of all time. And I feel like I remember like Snoop Dogg, something like, I can't remember which song it was, but I was like, I'm trying to get that like that quote unquote West Coast feel. I'm trying to get that. I mean, it's probably like the South, I don't know, Nate Dogg energy. I'm trying to get something else. Like, and I was just like, I don't know, feeling all nighter for your love. College. I'm just like, I don't know, we lit, like, I don't know. And I just imagine them like in the stadium, like, college. Putting on the numbers on the road. Mileage. Fronting on you how and how I feel. Childish. Overnight fiance on the real. Wildin'. Unless you go and do it. Because people who lean more preoccupiedly, anxiously attached tend to do the most. So it's like, all right, how can I do the most on me? I don't know, but I got to get through this somehow, and I ain't going to be blowing up this man's phone. So let me blow up these bars.